Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
What
episode
up?
12 of Shoe Booty Sports. No, we did not get canceled. I decided to get COVID-19. I assume the Omicron variant, however you pronounce it. So that's why I'm still a little raspy sounding, and that's why we were out of commission for a few weeks. But we're back, and yeah,
We're
a
back.
few things have happened since then. We'll touch up on the latest. Last night was we were obviously, well, I guess it's not obvious, but we're shooting this late Tuesday night, January 11th. Last night was the national championship game, college football. Georgia came out on top. I can't remember
Yeah,
what the score was, but ended up being a 2-score game.
yeah.
But
Finally got treated to a nice playoff game. So
yeah,
first two were a little were some duds, but went
yeah,
about as expected.
we'll do a little recap of that. But I was dozing in and out the first half. I've gotten very little sleep these last couple days, so the first half did nothing to keep me awake. Like I legit snored a few, I think 3 times. Like I heard myself snore. I did that thing, where
Woke
you're like,
yourself up. Yeah.
yeah, you're like, and then oh, gotta get up. So yeah, it was 9-6, I believe, at the half, and
It's a
the
barn burner.
second half was. It just reminded me of the LSU Alabama game. I think it was the regular season game when they were 1-2, like
Mm.
2011 or something. And it reminded me of that, which I was hoping. I was like, man, I hope this doesn't turn out to be like that game, because that was also a snoozer. We like offense, you know.
Wasn't the wasn't that the year that they replayed each other in the national championship and LSU didn't get past the 50 or something like that?
That's correct. Yeah. In fact, Facebook reminded me on my memories thing. Was like, yeah, you got memory, send something every day. And
Memories.
I had a post that said, I heard LSU couldn't get out of New Orleans last night. Somebody paying the 50-yard line in front of the team bus. So say something. I think you're going mute again.
No, I did. I was clearing my throat. So
Oh,
thanks for calling
okay.
me out.
Yeah. Well, you were laughing like,
Yeah, because I remember seeing that. Yeah.
okay. I was like, you laughing and clearing your throat at the same time? That's dope.
Multi-talented, man.
It's just efficient. But yeah, I saw that and it reminded me of that. But yeah, that was AJ McCarron's coming out party. I remember that. Just because he threw more than like 4 passes. He just came out throwing like the whole game, like these little dink and dunks, and they ended up scoring on it. But second half was much better last night. Alabama losing. Bryce Young, I really like that guy. Like
Yeah.
I really like Bryce Young as a player. Seems like a cool dude.
Yeah, I don't like Alabama, but yeah, it doesn't
Can't
mean I can't
stand
like their players.
Yeah, I can't stand the jersey he wears,
Yeah,
but he's
you can tell he has
awesome.
a lot of heart. I mean, he
Yeah,
wanted it. I mean,
and he makes all the throws. He can make all the throws. He's gonna. I think he'll be a player at the next level. The problem was he had nobody to throw to in the second half. His 2 stud wideouts
oh, that one,
done for.
that one hurt to watch whenever it went out on him cutting.
And you knew that's what it was. And
Man.
Saban said that to Kirby after the game. Said they think it's an ACL, I believe it was.
Well, hell, he wanted to come back, and Saban's like, "No, you better sit out." Like,
Yeah,
man,
it's like you're going to play at the next level, bud. Just and what there's only so much. Although a one-legged Jamison Williams would have been better than anybody else they had. Pretty much, it looked like. I know
yeah.
I know Alabama's can just plug in 5 stars, but there were some young guys, and like when
There's
you're
some. He's also
go
getting pressured, man. Like they're bringing the pressure pretty much all game. I mean, it's hard to complete passes whenever you're throwing off your back foot and running.
absolutely, but he was having to throw guys open. I mean, he was making NFL throws out there.
Yeah,
Slade Bolden wasn't open the entire game except on those little out routes when Williams was in the game. When Slade Bolden became the guy, you quickly realize, okay, this is a number 3 trying to play the number 1 spot. When he's just not those guys. I'm sure he's a nice player, but he's nothing compared to what those guys are. And that showed. He was covered the entire game. And I mean, you can see it. Bryce Young was just he was throwing a lot of these guys open.
Yeah, he was putting them on the money.
But when you're on your back, sorry, I don't have my cough button, guys. But when you're on your back trying to make these throws, it's going to be tough. And then, I mean, Georgia's too good for that. And then Stetson overcame his fumble, which was clearly a fumble.
Yeah.
But
do you think the first series, you think Young fumbled that one, or you think that was an incomplete pass?
It was an incomplete pass.
Okay.
It was. Even watching it live.
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah. I was like, no, they're not. That's not going to happen. They're not going to let that happen.
Yeah. See, I went into the game like not caring like who won. Like I was like, I don't really care who wins. And then I watched the game with my dad. Then he made a comment. Then he made a comment about where's Clemson at? Or something like that. Just some little dig at me. And like from that point on, I was like, I hope Alabama just gets smoked.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't pull for them anyway.
When Alabama loses, everybody wins.
Exactly. America wins, Earth wins, Milky Way wins. They're partying up on Triton and Neptune. Yep. But not in Alabama. But
I'm pretty sure on the plains they were loving it. But
yeah, we'll get to Stetson Bennett's GMA interview later on. That was pretty fantastic. But Bryce Young took the blame for the loss. Just a typical team player move. He shouldn't have. He was the only reason they were in the game. I thought. What is it? Brian Robinson. They call him B-Rob. I thought he played a heck of a game. The running back.
Yeah.
But he was like it. I mean, it was him and Bryce Young on offense. That was it. And I mean, their defense played well enough. It's just they couldn't get anything from the offense, and Georgia had a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
But
I think on that freshman corner helped a lot too.
Here's the thing, though. I think if Mechie and Williams were healthy,
I'd love to see that game.
Obviously, ifs and buts. I think Alabama win. I think Alabama's the team that wins by 2 scores. If those two,
you think they win by 2 scores?
I think that you could say the same score but reversed.
Dude, I don't know, man. They were both like you said, they're both playing pretty damn reserved in the first half. I mean, they're playing not to be the one who messes up. And then the second half, they just had to unleash. It's like nobody wants to watch that boring football. So you gotta take a chance and throw it deep once or twice.
To an extent, I don't think Alabama wanted to play that way. I just think they had to because Bryce Young was getting so much pressure. He couldn't just sit back and throw it down the field like he could in the first game. And I mean, they had some big plays when Williams was out there, but I mean, as soon as he went down, that stopped.
They beat them by more than 2 scores the first matchup.
I don't. It felt like it. It felt like it was. It felt like it was 60-7.
Yeah,
the whole game.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if they would have won by 2 scores, but yeah, I think it'd been like a 3-point game.
Maybe. I think Alabama would have beaten them, but ifs and buts, who cares? You got to roll with what you got, and it's not like Georgia didn't have people hurt, I'm sure, but not like that. Not like Alabama did. I mean, they just kept dropping. But I don't know, Brett, and I like Saban's whole, keeping Bryce Young and gosh, what's the really good linebacker or
31?
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm drawing a blank, but
Will? No.
he's gonna be a stud at the next level, an
He played a
absolute
hell of a game.
unit. He plays a hell of a game every game,
Every week.
but yeah, he is a player, and I thought that was cool. Saban's doing all these things to make him like him more, and it's annoying.
How how crazy was the just the fact that that dude just casually recovered that fumble, just not really knowing it was a fumble
Yeah,
by
and
like
full on
by like a
recovered it.
half a by like not even a half an inch.
Full
Like
on
holy
recovered
crap.
it too. Yeah, and he
Yeah.
was inbounds by the skin of his toenail. If that's a yeah, we're gonna go with
I
that. The skin of
yeah,
his toenail.
I thought whenever that happened, I was like, man, I think it's just destined to happen. I don't know if they'll get past them, man. And then they turned it around.
It was all
Stetson came
Georgia
back
after
in
that.
and boom, yeah.
Yeah. But during that play, y'all, we're just gonna have to deal with my coughing, guys. I haven't talked this much
I'm not dealing with it.
since coronavirus, but the Georgia fans were, I don't know, they didn't have they didn't have their best night as far as, I mean, who cares? They won it, but they were throwing stuff on the field after they ruled that was a
Yeah.
recovered fumble, which it clearly was a recovered fumble. And the dude flipping the double bird at the
Yeah, I've seen that guy. Yeah. There's always one of those guys.
there's always a bunch of those guys, especially in the Southeastern Conference fan base.
Hell, I'm
But
pretty sure I've been one of those guys once or twice in
yeah,
my younger days,
yeah, it's
allegedly,
allegedly.
from what I
There's
remember.
well, there's video
So,
proof of that guy doing it. So,
yeah, there's no video
but
proof.
I don't think he minds.
I
But
plead the fifth.
there's that, and then there's Kirby's destroy. There's going to be some property destroyed in Indy tonight, or that's what I heard.
Yeah, that's what I heard
And
too.
it was, I know he's all jazzed up and stuff. He's real excited. I don't know that you can advocate that. Um, pull the whole. I mean, I pull the whole Brady thing. Go easy on. You know, well, he would say Boston. When he was in New England, but go easy on Indy. Go easy on Athens tonight.
So,
But
was there any reported like property damage
I
in
haven't
Indy,
checked.
or they all keep it pretty civil? Just
No, I did see that cops were called out to various restaurants and bars after the game last night because Georgia fans were barking so much. So that's kind of funny. Like
yeah, that's awesome.
so
Yeah.
that's pretty good behavior as far as I would say. But Stetson Bennett,
Grown adults barking.
yes, like grown adults, uh, lots of alcohol consumption, I'm sure, which Stetson clearly had.
Oh yeah.
Which I mean,
Yeah.
I'd have victory beers too if I was him. Um, he's your typical, and they were just blowing
He
that up. That
he
whole
might still be going.
maybe. I mean, he can, but
Yeah.
he's got some time to celebrate. But this dude, I mean, they were really playing up that Hollywood storyline of his. The walk on that came back to Georgia, grew up here, loved it. Nobody believed in him.
He told his dad at 3 years old he was going to be the starting quarterback. Like, yeah, so did like 60% other kids growing up. But
Yeah, I was going to be a pro wrestler. Um,
I was
I
going to
mean,
be an NFL running back. See how
yeah,
that works out.
yeah, all this, we were all going to do that, but we're all living our dreams. Like
Oh
when
yeah.
you go to high school, like, and everybody's is going to be something, and then
Well, yeah,
you
most
see how that
people. We
you see
we
how
did have
that
some
turned
people
out.
who are just like, yeah, well, I don't care. We'll
Yeah,
see where I go.
but we had so many that had all this, like, this is what I'm going to go be, and then none of it worked out. But um, as far as
Are we in that group?
I am, yeah, I'm included.
I'll put my hat in that group too. Mine didn't go as planned.
I am absolutely like in that group. I'm on the panel as much as anybody. But it was, well, first of all, Stetson Bennett's a senior, but with the COVID rules, he can come back another year. if you were him, he said he was undecided going into it. I'm sure nobody even entertained the question to him after. I mean, I think a lot of people are just assuming he's done. But what does he do? Not that we know, but what should he do? Like, what would you do if you were him?
Depends on what NIL deal somebody's gonna offer you if you want to come back. I mean, and it depends on if he's done with his grad degree. I mean, if he's done, there's no reason to come back and he can ride off in the sunset. But if he's still working on that grad degree, it's like in kinesiology or whatever, he'll probably come back.
Well, he can come back regardless, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm saying if it was me, like I'd only come back if I needed another free year of school, but I would definitely be all for riding off into the sunset.
It's a mic drop moment. Like, you can't top it unless you go do it again, and that's hard to do.
Yeah, they're losing a lot of people this year, aren't
Like,
they?
they are losing a ton.
Yeah.
So, especially on the defense, which is where they're losing the appliance.
Yeah, the house.
Which, did you see him just eat Brian Robinson on one particular play? I mean, just ate when they collided. I laughed because I was like,
Yeah, he hit a damn wall. He just stopped moving. Like
it was
wow.
like, it reminded me of like a scene from Who Framed Roger Rabbit when like the fridge keeps dropping on his head or something. I was like, that's kind of what it was. It's a cartoon. I mean, the dude just ran into an appliance,
How
a
about the big?
moving appliance.
How about the big man? I think it was Georgia's offensive lineman doing the body flop
Yeah,
on the
they were
pile.
doing a lot of that. They were doing a lot of that. I thought Herbie kind of nailed it, as far as like, that's just kind of a symbol of what it's been like since the first time they played. I mean, you could tell before the game Georgia was coming in, because like they knew, like, okay, we're gonna have to give everything, but we're coming out fighting, and they stuck with it. I mean, they just outplayed them in the second half. They benefited from Alabama injuries, but it was like two heavyweight fighters, and one of them got on the ropes, and the other took advantage, and that was Georgia taking advantage.
Body
But
shot, uppercut. Out.
if I were Stetson Bennett, I think it basically, just going back to that, it just depends on if he wants to play or not, if he wants to keep playing,
Man,
because I don't think
I,
it hurts your legacy to come back and then win. Let's say they go 10-3 and get to a bowl game, they win. You
you,
know,
you think he has talent to play at the next level?
I
Think
don't
he'll
think
work
he'll
out?
get. I don't think he'll
So you say,
play
yeah,
at the next level. I don't think he
then he
won't
might
get
do it. Yeah,
drafted.
he,
Like,
he'll want to play another season.
I mean,
Why not?
maybe. I mean, he's a senior. I mean, it's a lot of work to be a
I don't know,
collegiate
man.
athlete, especially
It is.
an SEC
But
athlete, football
but
player.
if you don't have any school to go to, you're just working out and playing football, and now getting paid
See, that's the thing.
legitly.
It's not like Vince Young was. Like, Vince Young had the most mic drop performance I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah,
Like, he needed to go because his draft stock was never going to be higher, and that's how he was never going to top that. And so he went and got paid, picked third overall. Stetson Bennett's not going to do that, though. He's not going to get drafted. He's a very fine quarterback at the collegiate level, but nobody's going to draft him, or at least high in the pros. I don't think he would get drafted. But
might want to start working on his coaching career. He'd probably be a hell of a coach.
yeah, but that's my long-winded way of saying you're not going to have anything else to do. Sure, go ahead and come back another year if you want to play. If you want to do it. If you're like, I did it, I can't top that. He knows, he's going to know his team. Like, going into our senior year of high school, I knew we were going to suck. Like, I knew we weren't going to be any good.
Yeah.
So
I
I
mean,
just
by
kind of
that point
set
in
my
time,
own
we'd
goal.
already lost some people too. So
Yeah.
but
Well,
yeah.
I remember like Hooten's had us like second or third in the conference
Second.
finishing, and
It was
I remember
it was
thinking,
terribly overrated.
we're not going to finish second. I did not think we would go 2-8. I'll admit that. But now, granted, we
Yeah.
had the most brutal non-conference schedule in the world. Shout out to
Thanks
Coach
to
U hiring
you
for
hiring. Thanks for that.
burning us on the way out on purpose. But
Oh yeah.
I like the point is what kind of team you're going to have, or at least you have a pretty good idea before the season actually starts. And I'm sure he does too. And he'll probably just weigh his options. And if he wants to play, I mean, it's still Georgia. They're still going to be the team to beat in the East.
No.
But Alabama's going to reload and they'll be up there. I I don't know who I would say is going to be better though. I mean, is Ole Miss going to be any better, or are they going to take a hit?
Depends on who they get in for a transfer QB. Or no, didn't they get A&M's Calzada?
I don't know, but either way, he's not the player Coral was. But
No. But hell, if what's his name from OU goes there, that could work.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, did you hear about some school saying we'll give you $1 million if you come here? It was some smaller school. I can't remember where, but I was like, I don't think that's I don't think you can do that as far as the NLI thing goes. But he's not going to do that. But go to that place. But he may. I don't know. He may end up going to. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do. I'm not going to
Yeah,
pretend
who
like I
knows?
do. But Stetson Bennett's interview on GMA, just the whole when he actually gets to the interview part after the I don't know, Mike. like
Yeah,
it,
just that
it was
it's just
kind
a
of
daze of confusion. Yeah.
it peaked at that point, but my favorite part of the whole thing was when the camera like goes to him for the first time and you can just see the look of hungover or still hammered. I think it was hungover because his speech sounded, pretty decent. But yeah, that dude had fun last night, and he's going to have a lot of fun
Oh yeah.
over the next several months. But so, what are you going with? Hungover or still drunk on that during that interview? And you can see Strahan's face; he
Still
knew
drunk.
it.
Still
Yeah.
drunk. He might have had some sleep, man, but still drunk. We've all been there.
Yeah, you're right. But
I've had a couple of friends get some D-Wees at 10 a.m. in the morning.
oh wow,
from driving back the next day, allegedly.
Is this in Fayetteville?
Oh yeah,
Of course.
yeah, dude. It was
Shout out to Fayetteville PD.
whoop whoop.
Yeah, you guys like
I think it might
the?
have been UAPD that got him.
It probably was.
Yeah. Like, look at this guy.
We don't have anything else to do. Let's bust this college kid for pot and booze. But yeah, I don't. I'm on my way to get coffee, man. Like I would say something like that. Like really? Like come on. But anyway, we're not advocating drunk driving. But
Nope.
10 a.m. when you're trying to get to the house from the night before, I mean, maybe cut the kid a little slack. Just saying.
Yeah. Maybe eat something before you take that drive too.
Yeah. Probably. I mean, either way, yeah, you got busted. It's not the best call, but
Yeah.
But in other
It happened.
news, the great John Madden passed since we last spoke and did one of these. But rest in peace to John Madden.
Yeah, so crazy. It happened just days after his Christmas, like his special that was released on Christmas.
Yeah, I know it was.
It's
That
like,
was
reminded
pretty.
me of Dewey Cox. He gives these performance of a lifetime and then walks off stage and
That's it.
goes yeah.
Yeah, it was strange timing, but stuff happens like that. I mean, weird stuff happens like that with people. Um, the Ultimate Warrior. Remember him?
Yeah.
Wrestler, yeah. I mean, yeah, he was like Hulk Hogan's level in our childhood days. But no, he had this massive falling out with WWE, and then had this big reconciliation with them, and then comes back, gets inducted in their Hall of Fame, comes back, does this like promo on live TV on a Raw episode, and then like just collapses at his hotel the next day and dies. Like after doing that big speech and everything, and having this big reconciliation with everybody, literally just like at his hotel the next day, like just with his wife and kids, just he was like, I don't feel very good, and then just fell over and died right there the next day. So weird stuff like that happens.
Oh man.
That's how I want to go out.
What saying? Oh, I feel funny, and then you're gone.
I mean,
That's
there
what
are
you
worse
want. Oh
ways to
yeah,
go.
it's way more
No, but
worse.
by that I mean just do something like cool, have a mic drop moment, and then deuces, and then drop myself.
Most stuff, yeah.
Yeah. So, but okay, go. All right, we all played Madden growing up. Like they put it when the day he died, I was still in quarantine then. So I of course had free time. And they were putting out like all the Madden games, and I was just going through the pictures of them all. It's like I had that one, I had that one, I had
Yeah.
like boom, that's the first one I had. I think it was like the 94 game, like Madden 94 or something. And that was
That's
when they
the
first started putting like the year on it, I think.
yeah.
And my dad brought it home for me. I remember that. I remember sitting in the kitchen, that red brick house on Fairview, and or I was standing in there, and my dad walks in and pulls that out of a bag and hands it to me, a Walmart sack or
Would y'all
something.
rent it? Oh,
No, he
bought
bought
it.
it for me. Yeah.
Dang, balling. I remember renting it and thinking it was freaking sweet.
No, I own the game. Um. Oh yeah, I had a pretty
You could do
fantastic
a sweep
childhood.
right and just go to town on that game
Yeah,
with
I of
Emmett Smith,
course
right?
I always got Dallas. Yeah, because they were the team then. And yeah, Emmett Smith just you can never complete a pass though. Like it
Yeah, I
your
tried it.
completion percentage on Madden 94 was like 4%. And
Yeah,
unless you did like the little halfback, there would be like a halfback draw, but oftentimes it would be like a pitch, like a forward pitch, and or it'd be to the side, but then they would say it was a pass. And that's when everybody wanted to be a running back. And I was like, no, it was a run. It's gonna affect my rushing yards. And
you remember
but
the
you
little crappy windows that they added for your receivers at the
yes,
top of the screen?
yes. But
Oh man,
no, it was a fantastic game, but you cannot complete a pass to save your life. Um but I mean that's back when everybody ran the ball. I mean everybody's run heavy unless you had just a great quarterback. An Elway, a Steve Young, or Aikman. You know,
Montana was. Yeah, he's on his way out that year when he
I mean, he was with
94
the
Chiefs.
Chiefs at that point. It was Stevie.
Yeah, he had some good seasons with the Chiefs. But
Yeah, they went to the AFC Championship game, but they weren't supposed to win it.
no,
But yeah, 94 was the first one I had. I think the last one I had, like that I bought, I think it was like Madden 2008 or something. But something
I
like
think
that. I don't remember. My ex got it for me when she bought me an Xbox. So
yeah, I remember that. That was pretty sweet. I
yeah,
was
that
like,
was
holy
pretty dope.
crap.
That was a pretty dope gift. Got to give her
Yeah,
props for that.
I think, man, I know. Yeah, whenever I first bought what was PlayStation 3, I think that was Madden 10. So we played the hell out of that. And then I think I got Madden 12 just because old Peyton Hillis, he was on the cover. Played the hell out of that. And I think the last one I bought though was 16. And I don't even know if I played it all that much. It's kind of
Yeah,
job and
yeah.
being an
Peyton Hillis
adult
had
kind of got in the way.
Peyton Hillis had such a good year that one year
Oh,
that he
that
ended
was
up on the
unbelievable.
Madden cover.
Unbelievable.
He had such a good year. I mean, hey, he
I
he
read a
had he had one good year in college. That was his freshman year, and then he just limped around campus for the
yeah.
last three. And but yeah, and then he just tore it up that one year with the Browns. I mean, he was an absolute unit too. I mean, just
And did you see the post on Twitter? I think it was the same day. I think Madden died. It was like, yeah, just take a look at all these Madden covers. Every cover athlete's a Hall of Famer except for Hillis or something like that.
really
Yeah, you didn't see that
no,
that one.
but it
Yeah,
makes sense. I'm trying to think of one that wasn't.
Vince Young.
No, Vince Young was on the cover one year
He
because that
was.
he was
That's
in
why.
the
That's why
'08
I
one
said it. Yeah,
because that's the one that I had because I remember Vince Young being on because he was rookie of the year or something.
yeah. I
Well,
remember you.
no, I guess not. But
Yeah,
I don't know. Vince Young kind of he didn't get the best hand. I don't think he would have. It maybe it would have ended the same way, but he got drafted by a coach that didn't want him, and I don't know. Maybe it would have turned out the same way, but he didn't get the most fair shake. But but he got paid. But anyway, so okay, what's our favorite Madden game? I'm gonna go Madden 2006 because that was I had a PS2 and
that sounded like you said I got a piss.
I don't yet. I will after all this water and coffee. So we'll have to take a pause break eventually. But um I'm gonna go 2006. That was back when I didn't have a job. I was just a student in school and like I was playing that like so much. I mean, like that was the thing for me. That was my like little escape was just go play Madden. And I got so freaking good at it. Like I was so good at it. That was the year they had the quarterback vision.
Yeah, I remember. Oh, I
Uh,
remember you loving that damn quarterback vision.
I loved it. I did. A lot of people didn't like it, but I was like,
I
dude,
didn't
this is
like it.
cool. I was like, this is
Yeah,
cool. You have to have like some skill to move it around. And the better the quarterback was, the higher his vision was. So of course Peyton Manning's was
the
just
entire field.
covered the whole field. Brady's covered like 8/10 of the field. Um and like the third highest like Donovan McNabb was on the cover of that one. I think he Donovan was considered like kind of the third best quarterback in the league or right up there. Carson Palmer was like about to overcome him. You know, that was the year he started. That was when he started to just tear it up.
Hmm.
But I'm gonna go Madden 2006. I always just lit people up with the Colts. Um, Madden 2004 though, that was uh that was I don't know like, and this was kind of the case like with other Madden games too, especially when you could start playing people online. Like I would not play people that had the Falcons
Oh no,
because
it was. Oh, that was just. You
Michael
just.
Vick was the cheat code.
Yeah, you just get enraged.
Yeah, it was like I mean, it was like playing Tecmo Bowl, and I wouldn't want to play anybody that had
it's
the Raiders, because of
it's
Bo Jackson.
it's
I
funny.
didn't want.
My notes say Vic was a cheat code.
Yes, I mean he was. I mean Michael Vick was a cheat code,
Yeah.
but
Mm,
yeah, the 2004 Michael Vick like on that Madden game was just not fair, and
no.
that carried on up until the whole dogfighting crap. But anyway, I'm gonna go '06. You didn't give us your favorite one though.
My favorite would probably be 10, man, just because, like I said, that's the one I remember playing. That's the one I know I played the most because I was like, we were done with college but didn't have any real jobs yet. So that's what we were doing was playing that damn game. So yeah, I had a good time with that one.
Word.
But
Well, yeah. Rest in peace, John Madden. hell of a legacy he's left behind. But this Monday we had a lot of sticking with the NFL, but going back to had a lot of course, coaching changes now that the regular season's done. The only one that really kind of surprised me was Brian Flores. Brian Flores. Um,
The old,
didn't seem like finishing 9-8 with that team that kind of felt like a 9-8 team, maybe a 10-7 team.
yeah,
I was surprised by that. And didn't they win like 7 of their last 8 or something
yeah.
ridiculous?
It was, there had to been something else there, but dude, I don't know why they fired him.
I mean, he's going to get an opportunity elsewhere. Like I can't remember what team, but somebody, I think it was like, I don't know, but somebody's asking to permission to interview Leslie Frazier, the Bills defense coordinator, and he's a fine defense coordinator, I'm sure. But I remember what his tenure was like with the Vikings. It was what very unimpressive. I remember him drafting Christian Ponder in the first round, I think it was like 15th
Yeah.
overall or something. I remember thinking Christian Ponder is not a good quarterback. Like, why are you drafting him? And I mean, he's winning at life with his smoking hot wife, but um, yeah, as far as a 15th overall pick, that's a terrible call. But that was the year Mallet, went to the draft, so I was paying attention to where he
Yeah.
would go, and boy, he dropped. But
Anybody got a scan draw for Ryan Mallett?
yeah, right. Is he still in Mountain Home calling plays?
Yeah. Last I heard. No.
Right on. Well, good for him. But that was the only one that really surprised me, Brian Flores. Um, and of course, the NFL's doing the recycled coaching hire thing, obviously with wanting to talk to Leslie Frazier and yeah, coaches like coaches just among that little fraternity, I guess, just already in the league.
Yeah,
I
man,
mean
you
that
gotta have experience, dude. What, you don't have experience as a NFL head coach? Oh, this guy does, but he has a losing record. Well, he's got experience. We'll take him.
it's like that with anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I couldn't get a job coming out of college because everybody wanted somebody with experience. I'm like, well, how am I going to get it? Like
This is an entry level position, but we want you to have 10 years experience.
exactly. I mean,
It's like,
that was pretty much
dude,
our life coming out of college.
go kick rocks. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, especially in the world of journalism, which was the worst decision I've ever made. So if anybody's listening, don't major in journalism. Unless you're like a legit athlete and are like super hot or something.
Yeah, you gotta be an athlete and super hot.
Yeah. And I'm not any of those. So yeah. Like there's this gal, softball player. I won't say her name, but that played softball at the U of A. Beautiful. I mean, just gorgeous. And she's wanting to be like, a sideline reporter or something. I remember thinking, yeah, she'll make it.
Yep.
But the 60 of her other classmates probably won't. But it's okay. I was among those 60. But here we are now. So living the dream on Shoe Booty Sports, which by the way is presented by Rhino Races. We haven't gotten to plug this in a while. RhinoRaces.com. Visit them for details of their race series. Rhino Races is a virtual race series. They offer 5 different races: a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon, a marathon, and a unique challenge called the Rhino Ultra, which finishing that, you get awarded a custom trophy style belt buckle that they will mail to you upon proof of completion. Once your proof is verified, boom, you get your buckle in the mail within days. Visit rhinoraces.com for details. Register today. Also, remember to check us out on Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcast, or just check us out on the YouTube channel here too. Give us a like, subscribe, show us some love, y'all. But jumping back to the NFL playoff preview, I know Dallas, they play San Francisco. I haven't even looked at the
Yeah, I
schedule.
was fixing to say, dude, I was like, holy crap, I didn't even look at the thing playoff schedule.
I know the Titans are the 1 seed.
We are on it tonight.
I'm surprised I'm still like there
Okay.
mentally right now with just the lack
Yeah, I'm
of
surprised.
sleep
I'm
I've
surprised.
had.
Yeah, they say you can get COVID brain, like almost like short-term memory loss is what I've heard, but or you kind of brain fog all the time.
No, that didn't really happen with me. Like it's like I mean things worked out like I mean I was like very occupied throughout my quarantine. Everybody's like, "Did you get bored?" I was like, "No, I found stuff to do." Like there's plenty to do. But um
So, okay, for Saturday's matchups, we have the Raiders and the Bengals,
all right,
which
let's go one at a
I
time.
go I go with the Bengals on that one for sure. I mean,
Where where's it at? At Cincy?
it's at Cincy. Vegas has them opened up as a 5-point favorite. So
I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna bet against Joe Burrow. I want to say Raiders, but I'm not gonna bet against Joe Burrow because I think the Raiders are clicking right now. But Burrow is really good. He is such a good quarterback.
mhm.
Um, I'm gonna go with Cincy. They haven't won a playoff game since like 1408.
Yeah, but Mixon was injured at this time last season, wasn't he? Or on a bum knee, and then they didn't have Chase last year, so they have
Yeah,
a couple
and
more weapons and
or
defense.
or and Joe wasn't healthy.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah. He gone.
yeah, there was that whole
He
thing.
gone.
He didn't have
Yeah.
a knee, but yeah, I'm gonna go with.
Them knees help. So
I mean, it doesn't hurt, especially when you're a quarterback. But yeah, I'll go with Cincinnati. What we got? What do we have next?
Patriots at the Bills.
I'm gonna go with Buffalo.
Go with Buffalo.
I'm gonna go with Buffalo. Um,
Oh yeah, I want
Mac
to too.
has
It's after Mac played last week.
Mac has regressed. I
Yeah.
think teams have kind of figured out how to play him, and it's a copycat league. They saw something that worked, and he's been very mediocre ever since. And Josh Allen is an absolute unit.
And they have just tons of weapons.
Yeah,
I mean,
is it at Buffalo?
yes.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, I'm gonna go
They're only a
Josh
4-point favorite.
Allen. Yeah, I mean I don't know. It's Buffalo. Buffalo will play some close games and lose some that they should win somewhat handily. I mean, they're
Like
all
the Miami game.
pros. Yes, I mean, I don't, Miami's 9-8. I mean,
But they curb stomped Bills that day.
but they
Yeah.
also, I mean, didn't they lose to the Lions? We'll say they did. I think they did. I think they lost
Say
to the
they did.
Lions. But I mean,
I'll tell you
but
real
Buffalo
quick.
will
Well,
do that though. Buffalo
yeah.
has done that for the last couple of years. Just when you think they're the best team in the AFC,
Oh,
they
they
do
lost to
something
the
like that.
Jags.
Close enough. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just as bad of a roster, if not worse. Because I mean, they got the number one
That
pick
was
again.
terrible. Oh man.
So yeah, so they'll have games like that. But I'm going to go with Buffalo. Josh Allen is an absolute beast and is so fun to watch. Mac Jones, and not at he's got good arm talent, but not Josh Allen arm talent as far as strength, and it's hard to throw in those conditions.
Mm.
In Buffalo, I'm going to go with Buffalo. Who we got next?
Up next, we have the Eagles at the Bucks.
Eagles got in.
Yeah. Hey, they're above
Uh,
500. They're 9-8.
I like Jalen. He's fun to watch.
Yeah.
He's much better pro than I ever thought he would be. I think Lincoln Riley had a lot to do with that. But I mean, he's got talent, but I didn't think he had arm talent to be a pro. But I'm going to go with Tampa. I don't know what the spread is, but I'm taking Tampa.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to take the goat. I'm saying he'll find a way to win. That's the largest. No, that's not the largest spread, but they're 8.5-point favorite.
like, I don't want to
Um,
jinx them. I don't want to jinx them. But we didn't touch on this. But like we'll do it now. What Antonio Brown was still on the team last time we did a podcast, and since is not on the team.
Yeah, he went jumping off the field on that hurt ankle. Apparently,
yeah. We
doing
won't.
jumping jacks.
We won't get too much into it because I mean, it's old news at this point. But does he get another job? Would you, if you're a
No,
GM, are you giving him a
nope,
chance? I'm
definitely
not
not.
either. I'm not touching that
His
headache.
ass can go to the XFL. He can wait a year and then let The Rock call him.
Well, the USFL is becoming a thing again. Did you hear about Todd Haley?
Did you hear about this? Have you heard about this?
Well, have you?
I didn't even know it got off the ground in the first place. I remember them coming around. Was that
What,
the
you talking about
same?
the USFL?
Yeah.
I don't
Or,
know. Yeah,
or am I thinking of I don't know. Remember back in the day, like 08 or something, like Clinton Sterner and a couple other like old SEC players. I say old. They were like 25, 26 at the time. They just weren't NFL players. They're like, oh yeah, we're starting up this new league. They're handing out koozies and crap. And it was going to be like Arkansas and Florida and Georgia and Alabama. We're going to be the teams. It's basically going to be the SEC grad school league, but it was going to be called like the AFL or something, or ASFL or some crap like
I
that.
don't even know what you're talking about. So
Dude, I've got the koozie, man. I
I
will
believe
bring
you,
it.
but I believe you. Bring it next
Oh,
week though, just
no,
because.
I remember signing the thing and getting the koozie and going, this is never going to happen. Just like, but
I
I
don't
will
think
take the
any.
koozie. I'm 18. So
I don't blame them for
I like
trying,
free
but
stuff.
I don't think anything will happen outside of the NFL. I just don't think. I just don't think that it can sustain itself. But
Hey, if
it's.
they start letting them power bomb people, I'll tune in.
I thought the XFL like version 2.0, was.
I thought it was going to be NFL Blitz, but
Well, I'm talking
well,
about the.
I'm
I'm not
talking
talking
about the
about the
original.
original. Yeah, it was. They tried to be NFL Blitz, but they didn't take into account that actual human beings are playing, and like their best players would get hurt, like in the coin toss.
Open and kickoff.
Yeah. Well, do you remember how they decided who got possession? They would put the ball in the middle of the field and have like their two players run after it, and like one team's best player got hurt, like going for the ball, and he was like done. And like I don't know, it was so poorly done the
Who
first
had
time
that?
around.
Yeah, who came up with that idea?
But the second time around, dude, they were
It was good. It was
like,
watchable.
yeah, they had. I mean, there was one team in particular that was fun to watch. They did some things I thought were cool, like tweaks, to the rules, like the kickoff. I thought that was cool to where, um, I can't remember exactly how they did it, but like the receiving team, like the blockers were like right there at the front or something. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
It was a thing. So yeah, everybody was blocking at the line, and they just had one guy at the end.
Yeah, and I think they couldn't start until like he caught it or something like that. But yeah, the blockers were already up at the front. It looked better. It looked better to me. It was a safer way to handle the kickoffs, however they did it.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that tweak. They did a couple of other things that I like better. And like they got rid of cheerleaders because they were like they're not a part of the game really anymore anyway. So I understood it, but it was they got hit with the COVID thing. I mean, COVID happened a couple months later, and then just it killed it.
Yep.
So, um,
So
I thought it was just bad timing the second time around.
yeah,
You don't
whenever
take
it
into
came out
account a global
whenever it came
pandemic.
out the first time, did you was it you or somebody else that got the XFL T-shirt?
I had a T-shirt, but I mean, it was like a gift, like from my dad or something.
Or what was
Um,
the team?
I don't
Remember what it
remember.
was?
I don't remember. No, I can't. I can't remember that.
I just
I
remember
can
one of our
remember
friends. I just
weird.
remember one of our friends having that shirt or having an XFL shirt.
It was me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was me. Um, yeah, I remember having it, and I can remember some very weird things about my past. I can't remember what team it was though. I remember it was a gray shirt. It was a gray shirt, and I can even somewhat remember the logo, but I can't remember the team. Yeah, I can't remember. I'm trying. Like I can see it. I
Like
can see the
rattlesnakes or
shirt.
something.
No, no, there was like some black and gold in there, some red in the lettering. I cannot. No, I can't. I
Nah.
can't remember.
So I meant now we're gonna be searching XFL logos.
I don't care that much,
I
but
don't.
yeah, I don't care that much. I didn't think we'd be talking about the XFL, but you never know on Shoe Booty Sports. So, what are the other
Surprise,
games we got? Yeah, what
surprise.
are the other games we got this weekend? And one on Monday, right? Isn't there a game on Monday? I
Damn,
like
we've been
the
talking
extra
about the
team, by the
XFL for
way.
so long that my phone died of boredom.
Buffalo was the last one.
Yeah, we've got we went over the Eagles, Bucks, Niners, and Cowboys. There's a good old fashioned matchup. 3.5 point spread, Cowboys favorites
Is it at Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take San Francisco. I'm going to go with San Francisco. I think they're playing
pretty
well
good.
enough at the right time. I think if Jimmy G's healthy, I think they give him a decent chance. You put in some. Okay, I think San Francisco is low key maybe the team that people don't want to play in the NFC. I think a healthy Jim. They're playing well. I think a healthy Jimmy G can make throws or can make the plays. Um, I think if you even put in like some packages for Trey Lance, like inside the 20, that could do some damage. I don't mean like have him kind of like they did with Kaepernick as he was coming up. You know, when they still had Alex Smith, like just have him have this set of plays for him and come in and run them. I think 49ers could surprise some people. I'm going with San Francisco.
Yeah, I'll go with the Niners too. Yeah, Cowboys prove me wrong. They probably won't, but
You never know what you're going to get with Dallas.
no,
They look
that's the thing. They should be. Yeah, I
they
think
look like as good of a team as any in the NFC, outside of Green
yeah.
Bay, but I don't trust them. I love Dak. Like I'm a big Dak fan, but I just don't trust them. I'm going San Francisco. Well, what do we got next?
I'll agree with you there.
Man, I miss podcasting, y'all. I freaking miss doing this.
Yeah, Steelers at the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
This is the biggest spread. Yeah, it's a no brainer.
I'm happy for Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
I'm glad he got back in. You know,
glad he went out with a hurrah, and yeah, I'm glad he got that win. And
is he done? I mean, he's done in Pittsburgh, but is he just done in general? Because he has not been the problem this year. He's the reason they're in the playoffs. They're just not that good.
A couple of games he might have been the problem, but yeah, he's not been their problem.
But see, I think it looks like he's the problem though, because those guys don't know what they're doing.
Last year, would you say the same?
I mean, he's not what he was, but
no,
he's. I mean, he was also hurt for a large chunk, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know if I know he's done in Pittsburgh. I don't know if he's done though. But I mean, then again, where's he gonna go?
Yeah.
It sounds like he is. It sounds like he wants to be. I
don't think he would play for anybody else.
I mean, I said that about Brady, and then he goes and wins a Super Bowl. I didn't imagine I mean, you pretty much say that about anybody. I mean, Montana with the Chiefs, Manning with the Broncos. But I'll never say never, man. I mean, it can happen. Which, by the way, jump off topic a little bit. Did you see Andrew Luck get interviewed?
Yeah.
Was he just not Andrew Luck like AF? Like how you would imagine, that big old stash and talking like he does, and then doing his facial expressions, and it's the ultimate team game.
Yeah,
it's great to be back here, and it's great to be back. It's great to see and RG3 like, what are you up to, man? Like, I just being a dad, just being.
Yeah, he looked like he just got back from computer camp or something, man. He's kind of tall and gangly.
Gosh,
yeah, he's having a good time.
He's clearly lost weight. He looks good. I mean, he looks like healthy.
Stats tripped me out. Yeah.
I mean, that's
But,
just an Andrew Luck look.
but to think though, him and RG3 were there on the sidelines holding microphones, and how many years ago were they both first rounders? I mean,
1 and 2 overall. 2012. I mean,
yeah,
10 years. I mean, that's a long time.
yeah,
Doesn't feel like that long ago,
no,
but
it doesn't.
it's been 10 years.
Yeah, I'm
But
sure
he was real
Rojo would.
excited to be back there at the stadium and watching the game. I miss that guy's interviews. I miss hearing him talk. He should come back. It's not Andrew Luck
He's on the ballot
to
for the
come and
college
make.
football Hall of Fame, I think, this year.
He's in. I mean,
Yeah, he's in
he
on that
didn't.
one.
It's Andrew Luck. I mean,
Yeah,
he was the next Elway.
yeah,
And I'll never forgive the Colts management for that. Like here you have a once in a generation talent and you don't get him an offensive line. And I mean, he retired because he was, I mean,
getting hit.
he could not stay healthy because he had nobody to protect him.
Dude.
And poor coaching, poor management. The worst play I've ever seen in my life in a pro football game was that stupid fake punt or the gimmick punt that of course didn't work. Yeah, I'll never forgive Colts front office for that. I mean, that's a travesty. Here you have the next Elway and you don't protect him. You don't do what's necessary to protect him. And that's why that guy's out of work. I'm not even gonna say his name. Um, yeah, and I only remember his name because of how poorly he handled
Because he made you so mad.
Andrew Luck. Dude, it was so stupid. I mean, it's Cleveland Browns level of incompetence before Cleveland, got mediocre.
Yeah.
Like Cleveland passed on Deshaun Watson and drafted Deshaun Kaiser. You even know that name? Exactly.
Kaiser, was he a defensive player?
No, he was a quarterback.
Kaiser got
yeah,
Kaiser.
he went 4-8 at Notre Dame,
Yeah.
and the Browns
Why did they even
pass
think that
on
was
a
a good?
national champion. They
I
pass
mean,
on a national champion, and then go get a guy that went 4-8 at Notre Dame. Like the level of and it's a team that needs a quarterback. The level of incompetence at the Browns front office at that point in time, it's still not good. But at that point in time, that was as bad as I've ever seen in any pro sport or
speaking
sport.
of Browns, it was whenever I played Madden, I'd always play the franchise mode. I'd get the damn Browns. I mean, one, because it's my last name, two, is because they suck so bad my entire life. I just want to see how long it would take me to turn around the franchise. It was always like 2 seasons, and then I was a dynasty. But
yeah, it's the ultimate challenge to do that.
It always came down between them or Detroit. Whoever sucked worse is the one I was going to start a franchise with.
Yeah. Speaking of, I mean, I don't know if it's on I don't know if it's on the script now, but I know I had it at some point. Do you see Baker? You see them giving him another contract? Would you give him another contract?
I mean, yeah, doesn't necessarily have to be a good contract.
That's the thing. What
you
is
give him another contract. I mean, who else you going to get? Whoever you going to get ain't going to be able to come in immediately and turn the damn thing around. I mean,
I think they could. I think if they get, I think they're a quarterback away from making noise.
You think it's just the quarterback?
I don't think it's just the quarterback, but I think they're better than the record indicates. I mean, they got a solid run game.
They do.
They got a stout offensive line, pretty good defense. Got some playmakers at receiver, at least in Landry.
Yeah, Landry, dude. I thought him all day.
I think the Browns. I mean, I think they're 3 or 4 games better than their record indicates, and I
They
think
had some close losses.
I think they're a stud quarterback away from being being a not a decent team.
But
I
doesn't
don't
seem
know that I'll say contender, but I mean you're in the playoffs.
Has Baker had a whole season where he's been like healthy, like not just banged completely up in braces and crap?
They were pretty good last year. I mean, um, I don't know how healthy he was, but I mean they won a lot of games last year. See,
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing; they've just been such a disappointment. Now Baker has been beat up. Here's the thing though, like what's it going to take to bring Baker back? What's he going to ask for? Is he going to ask for 40 million a year? I'm not paying him 40 million a year.
I'd figure with what is that? What's it? What commercials does he do? Progressive.
He does a lot of
Yeah,
commercials.
well,
Hulu. Yeah,
I
he
don't
does
know
a
if he
lot of.
does a Hulu anymore, but yeah, the progressive where he's talking about at home with Baker.
I
Yeah,
think
just
that's
let him
it.
make
Yeah.
yeah, just let him make some money off those and lower his contract a little bit.
Well, is that what Baker wants? Like that's what matters.
It doesn't matter. I mean, who's going to be knocking down the door for Baker?
Nobody right now.
Exactly. So I think he's
Um,
going to just have to take what he get.
yeah. I mean, there's some really good quarterbacks that are coming out next year. I mean, he's under contract for another year, so well, I guess we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm not paying. I'm not giving him a big contract. That's what he wants. I'll let him walk if that's what he
Yeah.
wants. But because I think they have a good enough team. I know it's Cleveland. It's not a fan. It's not a attractive market, but I mean it's a talented team. I mean it's a talented roster. You
Mm-hmm.
know they could would they finish 8-9 I believe it was, but
I think so.
yeah, I mean they can with the right guy. I think they can make some noise. But what other games we got?
I think the only one left for the weekend be the Cardinals at the Rams. So that should be a pretty entertaining game.
Should be. I'm gonna go with the Rams.
I'll go with Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna go
think
with the Rams.
Stafford's gonna be Stafford.
I think the
I think
Cardinals
he's.
are gonna be the. I think Cardinals are gonna be the Cardinals these last several weeks, which is
Oh
less
shit!
than
They don't.
stellar.
Hopkins. Yeah, Hopkins he's out. He's still out, right?
Well, they shut him down for the rest of the season. I don't know if they're going to bring him back for this.
If he's out, I'll take the Rams. But I don't know. I can
There's a
see the
lot of good.
Cardinals.
There's a lot of
I can
good
see the
players
Cardinals
to throw
squeaking
it
that
to.
out. And is uh is Watt? Is he coming back for the playoffs, or is he just out for the season?
Who?
Watt, JJ.
Oh, no, he's done. Yeah, he's done. He's done for the year. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Thought so.
I was thinking of his brother. He's just been lighting it up. But
Uh,
which, by the way, everybody, because I think he broke Strahan's single
tied
season
it.
sack record.
I thought he just tied it.
Oh,
I don't know.
well, either way, people
He
are
got an
making a
extra
deal
game.
out of it, having an extra game. It's like, well, what are y'all going to do when they go to 18
It's,
games here
yeah, I mean, it's just
in the
going to
next
keep
couple of
happening.
years?
It'll just be noted, just like it is everywhere else. So and so did this in however many games or whatnot. It won't be in one season.
Yeah, OJ Simpson still has the most yards, the highest rushing yards per game average by like a lot, by like 10 yards or something. Of course, I mean, he ran for 2,000 yards in 14 games. So, which is, I mean, yeah, Juice could go, man, back in the day. Now he's just
Yeah,
fun. Now he's fun to follow on Twitter.
is he?
Yeah. Shoe Booty Sports follows him on Twitter.
Do we?
Yes, we do. Yeah, it's Juice, man.
I think he's only popped up on my feed once. I mean,
But
I'm sure he kills it.
I don't know about killing it, but I mean, it's OJ Simpson just sitting there talking about
It's OJ killing it, dude.
philosophy. Oh, okay, dang, I missed that.
Damn,
Missed
dude.
that. hey, maybe there is something to the whole COVID and you know
Can they hear
zombie
brain fog?
brain or whatever you called it. Yeah, brain fog. We'll go with that. Um, so just cruising through the list here. A lot's happened. We'll I guess we'll cap up cap up. Okay, there we go. Brain fog. Cap off with so college football season officially ended, last night. But how was the bowl season in our opinion, just overall?
Well, in our opinion, I mean, it's got to be good since we won our bowl game. But I don't know, man. I missed a lot of.
Go Hogs.
Yeah, I missed probably 40, maybe 40%, maybe half of the games. Just had a lot of other stuff going on. But yeah, I liked it from what I seen. Arkansas won against Penn State. The national championship was good, entertaining for the second half at least. Ohio State and Utah, they did a barn burner there for a little bit. Kind of enjoyed watching Army beat Mizzou. Just because that stupid kicker saluted after he kicked what he thought was the game-winning field goal.
I didn't see that one. I saw a lot of the games, but I got COVID shortly thereafter that game, but I was still in work mode at that point. But um yeah, the bowl season was bowl season. It was fun. It always is. There's always some fun games. It was cool to see Oklahoma like have Bob Stoops come back and then
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
um you know light it up against Oregon. It was um Clemson won. That's always fun for me. Arkansas won. That's always fun for me too. And yeah, I the bowl games they keep getting like bigger, like with their themes and like the things they do to make themselves special, which I dig also. Like the Cheez It Bowl MVP had a Cheez It Bowl MVP championship belt. Um, I thought that was pretty dope. And then the Duke's Mayo Bowl, the what's his name? Beamer. What's his first name? Is it Sean? South Carolina head coach. Either
That
way,
was Shane.
close enough. But yeah, he took the Mayo bath, which is weird but oddly
He got it, dude. He took a
fun.
shot to the head, man. That one cooler, like didn't stop it before it just hit him in the back of
Well,
the
that's
head.
I mean that's not like Gatorade they're carrying. I mean that's a big
No,
old that's the most mayo you're gonna get basically, and yeah. So I mean I'm sure that's pretty heavy, but it was fun. I like how just the bowls are basically just doing what they can to I don't know amplify just the intrigue of some of these what people would consider less meaningful games. I think bowl season's great. I'm a huge fan of the bowls. A lot
yeah,
of people are. I mean, they're people are considering them to be less significant now than they have been, but I think they're
the
great.
more the better. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about more the better.
Well, we've already got enough, but whenever they added
Like
some a couple of
I don't
seasons
want
ago,
5-7 teams getting in.
no,
Like I think you have to have I think you have to have 6 wins to get in. Um, like I think
um,
there needs to be some credibility as far as who gets in, who gets to do it. They're going to
yeah, we're
follow
not
the
giving,
dollars
yeah, we're
no
not
matter
giving
what,
participation trophies, but yeah, as
right?
long as
But
you had a decent season, yeah, go bowling.
yeah, Arkansas winning made it fun. Clemson winning made it fun. Alabama losing made it a lot of fun. So um, the another thing I really like is how teams roll out for these bowl games and like some like custom like helmets and jerseys, like Ole Miss rocking the powder blues and that like beige white helmet, with the blue in it.
Mm,
I thought that was dope. I thought that was so freaking cool. Of course, Coral getting hurt, that gave the whole,
that
you know,
sucks, man. That happened right before I tuned in. Like I tuned in and I was like, who the hell's that quarterback?
Yeah, I saw when it happened. I was like, oh, that's not good. As soon as it happened, too, I was like, oh man, this whole sit out the bowl game crowd is just going to use this
Yeah.
like on repeat. But the coolest helmet, I thought Ole Miss had the coolest helmets, along with actually my favorite one was Utah.
Yeah,
My
say, I think Utah was my favorite.
Utah's were the
Place of the
favorites.
Rose.
Their first Rose Bowl, having the roses, I thought that was so cool, and that they looked like the team that wanted to be there the most. Obviously, Ohio State had so many people opt out of the game of the Rose Bowl, like opt out of the
Who did?
Rose
Yeah.
Bowl, like that blows my mind. So the people wanting to expand the playoffs, or the committee that's saying they don't necessarily want to because they want to give more credence, more credibility to these bowl games, like the Rose Bowl. And I mean, I totally get that. Kids used to getting to the Rose Bowl was like the greatest thing, you know. Um, but it's they're watering down the significance of it, to an extent. But I don't know. I feel like I don't- I'm like you. I want to see all these bowl games. I'm a huge fan of them. Um, but it's especially like that. It's cool to see the teams. I think some of the teams are trying. Like you could tell Utah really wanted to be there. Those are the cool helmets. Ole Miss rocking their gear was pretty dope. Um, Maryland's helmets are awful.
How
with
have
the,
they not switched? Well, I would ask how have they not switched those up yet, but everybody talks about them every stinking year. So
yeah, but even teams like you wouldn't expect to have like some cool unis or helmets. Like I thought Minnesota's helmets were as cool as like they could possibly get. Just had that unique color and just like the gopher on the side. Arizona State's were pretty cool looking. Um, but as far as a mascot goes, they have a little more to work with. But I don't know. I thought it was dope, but we are basically just dragging it out at this point when we're. But it was cool to see the college football season um, end in a fun way. But what have we left out? Is there anything on the ESPN app that happened?
um Giants fired their coach.
Yeah, no one's surprised by that, I guess.
Yeah,
But
well, everybody was surprised yesterday when he wasn't fired.
yeah,
No, I mean we're gonna have to start diving in deep with college hoops, man.
yeah.
And
Williams has a torn ACL.
dang.
Yeah, okay. Seven Alabama players have entered the transfer portal. Only two for Georgia. Of course, a lot of their guys are going pro. But well, we'll end on this. What do we think about Arkansas and the transfer portal there? It looks like the whole team is on their way out. It seems like, at least.
That's what it felt like. Me and hell, we lost
Some of them
what
were a
two
surprise.
starters, two
I mean, like
starters, and
Boucher
then
and
yeah, man, I don't know. I'm sure they have their reasons. I mean,
yeah,
but I mean, I don't know. I can't blame them for losing. They didn't get recruited by Pittman to be here. I mean, they got so they somehow got
I
convinced
guess.
by
Would you rather have Chad Morris like
Mr.
coaching
Clown.
you? Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I get it sometimes, but yeah, it was a big shocker. Some of the names, and I'm just glad we got some good news that Bumper Pool's coming back for another season.
Yeah, that's about the. I mean,
That's the only good news I think I've heard.
yeah. Um, whatever happened to the running back that got hurt? Like in the bowl game against Penn State, where the guy like went straight for the knee, and I don't think he tried to hurt him, but I hate that tackle.
Yeah,
Um, I really do think they need to change. That's the hit. That is the targeting. That's the real targeting penalty. The purposeful going for the ball carrier's knees.
Mhm.
Um, I can understand wanting to outlaw that.
Trying to ruin people's careers, man.
You can't hit. Nobody else on the field can hit somebody at the knee. So why is it okay there? I'm fine with them. That needs to be the real targeting penalty. And kick them out for the game and the first half of next game for a hit like that, because you can end somebody's season and/or career doing that. That's the real targeting penalty to me. And they really need to look at that. But hopefully, with all the ones coming out, Arkansas can get some coming in, and they will. All these people everywhere entering the transfer portal.
Yeah.
But either way, we'll close off on that. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, and yeah, hopefully neither of us will get COVID anytime soon. But
yeah, Happy New Year to everybody.
Yes, Happy New Year. I think we lost that window, but
nah, it's better late than never, right?
I guess I don't know. I feel like on day 3, like that's it. Like, okay, like we get it. I don't even consider
if you don't tell me that on January 1st, don't even bother on the 2nd. It's
if I hear it on day 3, I'm looking at you like, okay, like
happy birthday, man.
All right.
Happy New Year to me.
My brother's birthday that day. Speaking of, yeah, has my brother shown you his app?
Ben?
Yes, I'm guessing not. All right, I'll send that to you afterwards. We might have a new sponsor coming, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I'll send you that after we get off here, which will be now. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, till next time, I'm gonna go get some food in me. But yeah, Shoe Booty Sports episode 12. I'm pretty sure it's episode 12. It's been so long, and I haven't even checked today.
Hey, we're in double digits, so
yeah.
We're all good.
If not, we'll correct it. But yeah, till next time, Shoe Booty Sports, we're out.
See you.
It.